Let's cook dairy-free, fluffy pancakes. Let's make dairy-free, fluffy pancakes. Ever forgot to buy eggs and want to make pancakes but don't have any? Don't worry. These are dairy-free and is suitable for anyone that's either dairy-free or just doesn't have all the ingredients that you typically would use for regular fluffy pancakes. You're gonna wanna save this because you will be back to make this recipe over and over and over again. Trust me, it's a staple in my household. I have a toddler and a husband and we all enjoy this recipe. And it's perfect for the holidays if you have people coming over and you don't wanna use eggs for pancakes and for scrambles. Use this recipe. And last but not least, I do want to give a shout out to Make It Dairy Free for this amazing recipe. They're the original creators of this recipe, so I do want to make note of that. So as you can see, I have all the ingredients here, and of course I will list them down in the description box below. So if you have any questions, go ahead and check out the description box for details on measurements. Let's get started. So first, you want to start off by preparing a buttermilk. We're gonna use oat milk, but you can use any plant milk if you're vegan or plant-based, or dare I say, just buy buttermilk if you're not into being, dairy-free all the way. I'm gonna use oat milk, and I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar to create my buttermilk. Whisk that. Now set that to the side. Next, we are going to create our flax egg, which is basically a replacement for regular eggs. You need flaxseed, ground flaxseed, and you also need to add some water to it. This is all measured out, and these pancakes is enough for us. It's 3 of us, but we eat a lot of pancakes, so we doubled the original recipe to make about 12 pancakes. But depending on the size that you plan on making your pancakes, it all really depends on that. See how it starts to get egg-like? This is what you're looking for. This is our egg replacement. Set that to the side. All right, so now we're gonna work with dry ingredients. You want to have 2 stations. Right now, I'm only working on 1, but you want a wet and a dry ingredient station. So this is my dry ingredient station. With our flour, I wanna give you a quick tip on measuring out your flour for this recipe. You're gonna wanna spoon in your flour into your measuring device. Is it called a device? What is it called? The measuring tool? There you go. And there's a name to this. I think it's like a pouring method or a spooning method, whatever it's called. Bakers know. I'm not a baker. But you're gonna want to spoon in your flour to the measuring tool just to make sure that you get the right measurement, because sometimes if we dip this in there and pull it out, there could be a lot of air pockets in there, which can cause you to mess up the measurements. So for a more precise measurement, you're gonna want to spoon it. Bring this over here, level it out so that any excess falls off. Like that. Of course, you need a whisk, and we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our dry ingredients, which is sugar, baking powder, some salt, and this is my way of spicing up an original recipe. I'm gonna add pumpkin spice to mine. It's perfect for the holidays. It gets you in the you know, cozy mood, and it adds amazing flavor to pancakes. This is optional, you don't have to use it, but I love using cinnamon or pumpkin spice, which has cinnamon in it as well. So we're gonna add a dash, add a little or a lot, depending on how much you're making. We're gonna add our sugar. Come closer. Nope. You're gonna wanna mix that around. You could even use a swifter, what's the thing called? Sifter? Something like this. Something like this. You can add all your dry ingredients in there and just like, so that it's not as clumpy and it's an easier mix. But we ain't got time for that today. So just take your time so you won't make a mess like I did. All right, boom. This is ready. We're gonna set that to the side. So now for our wet station, we have the buttermilk, which is nice and buttermilk looking. Buttermilk usually has like a leche cortada look, or like what should I call it? What do you call? It's almost like gelatinous a little bit. I think that's the word. You know what I'm talking about. All right, come on. Look back in here. That's what your buttermilk gonna look like. Depending on the milk you use, it can get thicker or whatnot. And then we have our flaxseed, which is getting nice and thick. Like who? Like who? Like me. Look at that. Oh, wow. Egg where? Oil. This is coconut oil. And it has been heated, but allowed to cool to room temperature. And then of course we have to add some vanilla extract. That's a must. Do not skip this step, please. This is what's going to give your pancakes that vanilla undertone that we love and crave. Makes it so cozy, along with our pumpkin spice, of course. And we're gonna eyeball this one. I probably OD'd. Maybe. Or maybe not. All right, so now let's whisk this together. All right, so now we're gonna marry the two. We have our wet and our dry. You don't want to overmix this because you mess with the integrity of the baking powder. This is real life, you guys. You try to do some content, you know, in peace, while your child Deacon naps, and then he wakes up in the middle of it, of course, earlier than he should. Can't make this up. This is real life. Come closer. It's gonna look a little funny, but trust the process. You just want to make sure that all of the dry is combined. That's why I'm using this little handy tool right here to fold everything in, but not over mix. You want to get all that sticky stuff on the side. It's helpful to use a clear bowl because you can kind of see where you have to scrape some of that flour off. Now if you fancy and you got a whisker machine, just be mindful to not over whisk or mix. Just want to mix it enough so that everything's combined. That's about it right there. See that? That's what you want your batter to look like. Now you want to set it to the side. This is a pro tip. Set your batter to the side for, let's say maybe 5 minutes, depending on how patient you are. This will allow your batter to fluffen up even more. Let the baking powder activate and you will get fluffy pancakes. Go ahead and get your pan ready, your vegan butter or regular butter ready in the meantime. And by the time you have that all set up, this will be ready to cook. Now, if you like your pancakes a little bit more light skinned, feel free to not use a cast iron because these are notorious for being, high heat. You can always use a regular non-skillet pan. I mean, not skillet, non-stick pan. Y'all, I'm over it. Tired already. See the back of this one? See that? As you can see, we have a lot of pancakes here. This should make about 12 pancakes. I do not recommend storing the batter once it's made. The batter is just not the same. You want to make them fresh, and if you want to save pancakes for the next day, freeze them and then pop them in the air fryer or something like that. Ideally, you're gonna want to make this batter and use it all and eat it all when you make the batter. You've made these pancakes quite a bit, babe. Whenever you make them and you save the batter for the next day, what do you think about the batter? Is it the same?
Nah, it becomes extra fluffy, extra thick. Thick, the batter.
Oh, it does? I thought it flats. It goes flat.
Nah, not that recipe. It gets thick. And like the pancakes become fluffier than way fluffier than this.
But not in a good way.
Not for me. I don't like that fluffy. I prefer the more flat pancakes. What?
I'm making fluffy pancakes.
No, I'm saying though, compared to what it is when it comes from the fridge.
Are you getting the pancakes?
You asked me a question.
What's your preference? Let me know in the comments below. What's your preference? Do you like flat pancakes? Do you like semi-fluffy pancakes? Or do you like cakes? Let me know. Because anything fluffier than this is a cake. I don't care what nobody says. Anything fluffier than that is a cake. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? Yummy, yummy.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Oh my God, do you see that?
Look good. Damn.
Coño, que come. Mama, you want some?
Go ahead, eat up, man.
Espérate. Cut it. Oh, it's so good. Look at this crunch. See now? Alright, I'm gonna share it with you. Okay.
Bussin'. What's you? You gonna eat all that by yourself?
Maybe. I was only supposed to take one bite, but I kind of got carried away.
That's a lot, man.
Bye.